Mahaganapatim manasa smarami. Mahaganapatim manasa smarami. Mahaganapatim manasa smarami.
Namaskar. I welcome you all to Bharatasya Sangeet Vishwanubandh Yatra, where we are trying to trace the journey of Indian classical instruments and their interrelationship with world music cultures. We are also trying to trace the journey of Indian music across various countries in the world. Today, we have with us Mr. Chong Chiu Sen. He is a Carnatic vocalist, a Malaysian-born Chinese individual who has transcended cultural, national, and language barriers. So let's begin our interview with Mr. Chong Chiu Sen and understand more about his liking of Carnatic music and his life experience as an artist, as an Indian classical musical artist. Welcome. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. So happy to be here, and thank you very much for having me in this project.
Thank you for joining us. Let's begin with our interview. When was the first time you came across Indian classical music?
Um, I started singing bhajans in the year of 1996.
Mm-hmm.
13 years old, 13 years old. And
Okay.
after about when I was around 15 years old, I came to know about because I love bhajan singing. I'm a Sai Baba
Mm-hmm.
devotee, and I love
Okay.
singing bhajan singing. And I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
improve my bhajan singing. So what happened was I was seeking advice from a lot of people to improve my
Mm-hmm.
bhajan singing. And I came across there is something called Indian, which is Carnatic music in
Mm-hmm.
my native here in Kuala Lumpur. And I started learning from
Okay.
Miss Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Kulavirasingham for a few years to brush up the foundation, to learn the basic structure of Carnatic music. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I came to know about this music. Yeah.
That's nice. And what was the moment while you were learning bhajans and wanted to improve your skills at performing or doing sadhana of the bhajans? What was the moment that you realized that you want to pursue Carnatic music?
Karnat actually, the whole thing about learning this, uh, I just about music. I'm just talking about music, not Carnatic or anything, but just music alone. It's just to improve my bhajan singing. It is because since I'm a Chinese, a pure, I'm
Mm-hmm.
I pure Chinese. I'm from
Mm-hmm.
from the I'm actually a Hakka Chinese. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and I just want to improve the tune. I want to know more about the ragam, the tune, how it goes. And language, of course, is
Right.
the biggest barrier in my singing
Right.
journey. So, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, I'm joining with a big group of Indian people, Indian devotees, and sing. I must be good enough, right? So I wanted to improve just that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, to pursue Carnatic music, I would say that it is all because of my guru Srimati D.K. Patamal, and she
Okay.
literally changed my life because I went through quite a bit because when I started learning music in Malaysia, and I I don't know why. After some time, I realized that there is something more in music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know more. I want to learn something extra. I want to dwell in it little more, right? So because
Mm-hmm.
of that yearning, I went to Chennai
Mm-hmm.
in year 2002, I believe. In year 2002, yes. In year 2002, I went to Chennai and I started seeking for teacher, looking and I want to know what is my the purpose of why this interest, whether it is music or
Mm-hmm.
instrumental or maybe dance. I'm not sure. So if you ask me, I actually tried everything. So I
Okay.
started. I met lots of wonderful people. I met my
Mm-hmm.
Bharatanatyam dance teacher, Srimati Usha
Mm-hmm.
Srinivasan. She taught me
Mm-hmm.
Bharatanatyam for a period of time. And
Mm-hmm.
I also learned the Veena from
Okay.
Professor Kalpakam Swaminathan. And I learned a lot of things. And I also tried the Morsing. I also tried um, Jalatarangam, that Chinese bowl
Mm-hmm.
thingy, you hit on the, yeah, that
Yes.
instruments. I tried everything. But I stick to more to Bharatanatyam as well as Veena playing. And
Okay.
after some time, I still feel that, in deep down within me, still I felt something was missing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is when one day, my dance guru Srimati Usha Srinivasan, I was dancing, and she played one song, one Ganesha song, I
Mm-hmm.
remember. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why I just stopped dancing, and I was so mesmerized by that music, and I stopped just that. I stopped and I was just enjoying. I was lost, in fact, I just stood there. And my guru, Srimati Usha Srinivasan, she did not want to disturb me. And she just let me be.
Mm-hmm.
And after the song is over, she told me that I think your interest is more into music. Why don't you
Mm-hmm.
start learning music since you are also a bhajan singer? And
Right.
I went I went around in Chennai. I look for. I mean, it is not easy to get the right teacher, because especially when you're a
Mm-hmm.
foreigner, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, they have the perceptions that, since you're a foreigner Chinese, and your wallet must be really, you must be quite rich in a
Mm-hmm.
way. So a few
Right.
teachers did not
Mm.
work out because it was too expensive. I couldn't afford to pay the fees, right? It was too expensive, and I
Mm-hmm.
just go for one or two class. I need to pay for like thousands of rupees. Now I only have that much of
Right.
saving, right? So it didn't work
Mm-hmm.
out. I was about to give up, and I said that forget about learning
Mm-hmm.
music. It's too expensive, right? It's too expensive. And
Mm-hmm.
I have to leave my comfort
Mm-hmm.
zone. I have to leave my tradition. I have to leave my culture. I have to leave everything just to improve my bhajan singing. I feel that it's not worth it. I
Mm-hmm.
called my mom and
Mm.
I said, Mom, I want to come back to
Mm.
Malaysia. I will be the good Chinese boy that
Oh.
you wanted me to be. Okay. I will do some, I will
Right.
follow exact, because I'm from a very orthodox Chinese tradition family. So, right. So now I'm doing something
Mm-hmm.
completely
Mm-hmm.
different. So I don't want to upset my
Right.
grandparents as well. So I said, I come back to Malaysia. Surprisingly, my mom said, give it a last try. May just stay for another
Okay.
a couple of days. And I told my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I I just have 150 rupees balance. I don't have anything more than that. Right? 100 rupees is just good for,
Right.
maybe 150 rupees is just good for me to take an auto to the airport.
Mm.
So I
Right.
remember, since my mom said that you stay for just additional 2 days you stayed. That's how
Uh-huh.
I listened to her. I remembered I was like, there is something called the biscuit, that parley
Mm-hmm.
parley
Yes.
bread.
Parle
That's
G. Yes.
yes,
Parle Yes.
that biscuit. I was just surviving with that
Mm-hmm.
because that is just about few rupees. Just two
Oh.
days I was just eating that because I need to save some money to take that auto back to the airport, right?
Right.
I Just 2 days. So what happened? I chanced upon one dictionary, not dictionary, sorry, a
Mm-hmm.
musician directory. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and randomly I pick a few names. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
call someone to talk about music because I
Mm.
felt really depressed, really sad, devastated. Because for me, bhajan singing, it's something spiritual. Indian
Mm.
music is something spiritual. But I don't understand why is it so commercialized and so expensive. right?
Right.
And the I mean, yeah, and I just don't understand that. I want someone to change this mindset of mine, because I know if I go
Mm-hmm.
back to Malaysia, let's say, I will not enjoy singing bhajan anymore, because everything is
Right.
business, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
want to speak to
Mm-hmm.
somebody. So randomly, just randomly, I don't know who they were. Randomly, I
Mm-hmm.
picked three names. One of them was
Mm-hmm.
MS Subbalakshmi. Second was
Mm-hmm.
DK Patamal. And third was
Mm-hmm.
R Vedavalli. Three, just three
Okay.
random names I picked.
Names.
So to cut the
Mm.
story
Mm.
short, three names, three names. To cut the story short,
Mm.
I called, in fact, only two of them, MS Subbalakshmi as well as DK Patamal. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know MS Subbalakshmi was such a
Yes.
great figure. So I called,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I spoke to her manager. I cannot remember his
Mm-hmm.
name, maybe Mr. Atmaram, I believe. I can't remember. So that time she was
Mm-hmm.
not well, and I was not
Mm-hmm.
able to speak to her over the phone. And second call
Mm-hmm.
I made was to Srimati DK Patama. She
Okay.
had a very, very low, sonorous, very deep voice when she answered the call.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why. I really don't know why. Even up till today, if you ask me, all my interviews, in fact, I always tell them, I don't know why. As soon as she picked up the phone, I started crying. Right? There is
Oh.
some kind of it's like, I don't know, do you call it connection? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All that I want to complain to her, all vanished. I don't know what to say. I was in the absolute silent. And all that she asked me, hello, I say, I, madam, I just couldn't speak a word. And she said, oh, where are you from? I said, I'm from Malaysia. I'm a Chinese. So she got me wrong. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Singapore? I said, no, 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 Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia, next to Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
So we had quite a fun,
Mm-hmm.
conversation between both of us. And I,
Right.
s- after some time, I say that, ma'am, I would like to speak to you about music. I want to know more about
Mm-hmm.
music. And she heard
Mm-hmm.
over the phone, she was 80 plus, I believe. She heard over the phone, she said, oh, you are Chinese? You are China.
Mm.
You are Chinese. You want to learn music? Come to my house. That's all
Mm-hmm.
she heard. Not about the complaint part of it, which I want to speak about. Nothing. She said, come to my house. So I was she gave me her address and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my dance teacher's house, and I said that I spoke to somebody by the name of
Mm-hmm.
Srimati DK Patamal, and
Mm-hmm.
she was she's I mean, I told my dance teacher, she's that, but Srimati DK Patamal, she was very sweet, very nice, very
Mm-hmm.
like I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking to my own mother. My dance teacher couldn't believe it. She said that you spoke to Padma Vibhushan Srimati DK Patamal.
Ji.
I say, what is Padma Vibhushan? I don't know what is that. I mean,
Oh.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
what was
Mm-hmm.
that? I thought her name was DK Patamal, not Padma Vibhushan. I didn't speak to any Padma. I mean,
Right.
any lady by the name of Padma. She said, no, 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 no. That is
Mm-hmm.
and then she explained to me that is the
Mm.
title given to
Title. Yes.
such figure. I said, title. Then I said, she must be a very like a great musician. My dance
Mm-hmm.
teacher, she didn't utter a word. She just said,
Mm-hmm.
now she has given you a time to meet her, okay? And you go accordingly and you will find out. That's all she said. So I was
Mm-hmm.
cycling, right? During the summer, I was cycling. I cycled for about 2 hours, I believe, to reach her house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yep. And the moment I reached her place, and I saw one grand old uncle, which is Srimati
Mm-hmm.
DK Patama's husband. He is about 90 years
Mm-hmm.
old, I believe. He's playing
Mm-hmm.
tennis outside the court.
Oh.
I was,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wow. And he came, he said, oh, he spoke to me for a short period of time. And now this, I do not know whether it is miracle or what. I couldn't control my tears at the moment I stepped in to Srimati D.K. Patama's house, even towards the
Mm.
balcony, I
Mm.
started pouring. I felt as if like I'm seeing my own grandmother inside in the house, right? The moment I saw
How
her,
sweet.
things just changed,
Mm-hmm.
and all I kept crying. I think more than about half an hour. I was crying and crying and I crying, and she was like, "Oh," she kept she said that, "Pao, are you pao?" Like pity this
Mm-hmm.
boy. Why is he crying? Why is he crying? And she
Mm-hmm.
said that don't worry, don't cry, little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't cry. I'm here. Tell me what's and are you facing any issue or difficulties? And slowly I spoke
Mm-hmm.
to her. She asked me to sing a few songs. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my interest to learn Carnatic music, to pursue this
Mm-hmm.
journey, it just
Mm-hmm.
happened on that day. Just
Right.
happened as
Right.
soon as that moment that I met her. Just
Mm-hmm.
happened.
This was in which year, roughly?
In year 2002.
2.
2002,
Okay.
yes. In year 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I know what is called Carnatic music fully. What is it all
Right.
about? And everything was explained to
Mm-hmm.
me by my guru, Srimati D.K. Patama.
Wow.
So just
Wow.
happened on that day. Yeah.
So, mhm, you developed your interest for Carnatic music slowly and steadily by learning new and more things. So, from your first on stage performance as a performer of Carnatic music till today, how has Indian classical music changed you?
Indian classical music, to me, how it has changed me. I think the change started from the moment when I met the right guru, which is my guru Srimati D.K. Patamal. That time, from a
Mm-hmm,
Chinese boy who knows nothing about Indian classical music, on the first
mm-hmm,
day when Patama, we call her Patama, is
mm-hmm,
not because we disrespect her, but it's
mm-hmm.
for me, it's
Out
like
of
Pata
love.
means singing, Amma, yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
we are close. So
Mother.
we address
Mm.
her as Patama, we call her Patama. So the
Mm-hmm,
moment I met her, the moment she started singing, the moment she started, I think that music has changed me all every time I sing, every time when I utter a note, it has completely
mm-hmm,
changed. I think it's a way of life. It
mm-hmm,
is not like a subject where I can say that I have studied that much, it has changed me that much. No, it is every day. The moment, as soon as I on the Shruti box, as soon as I practice, something new is there. Change
mm-hmm,
takes place every day. And you've talked about the major changes in me is,
mm-hmm.
I think this, that I enjoy silence. I became quieter as a person. I see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
I became someone that I don't know. It's very calm. I
Wow,
don't know. I just see things
that's
differently
indeed
from what I was. Yeah.
that's indeed very
It
life changing, yes. So, in your course of learning Carnatic music, how well versed did you get with the theory part of music, and how difficult was it considering the language barrier and the newness of the concept?
theory part of it, uh my guru Patama, she taught me um quite a bit, but she focuses more on
Mm-hmm,
um the practical part of it, which is singing, right? Because I'm not going
mm-hmm,
because that I mean, as for me, because she said that you are not going to lecture in any university, right? You are going to
mm-hmm.
perform. You're going to be a performer, and it is my
Yes.
dream. I want you
Mm-hmm,
to perform. I want you to be the
Mm-hmm.
first Chinese to perform on stage. Okay? I want you to
Mm-hmm.
perform. You learn the song well because people come to your concert to feel something. They don't want to come and
Right.
listen to the history of Tyagaraja, history of Muthuswami Dikshitar, of all the great saints, because all those you can,
Correct.
because those days she would say that you can get from the internet. I suppose she's
Mm.
referring to Google, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get those
Mm-hmm.
in, but singing
Yes.
is an art. And she
Yes.
calls me Mohan. She named me Mohan after when she adopted me as a god
Mm-hmm.
grandson. She named me Sai Madana Mohan
Mm-hmm.
Kumar. So she called me Mohan.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that I want you to learn this art and share this with all music rasikas, all the music lovers. Let them feel the beauty of music. And that is what I want from you. So theory part, yeah, she did explain to me here and there when I learned a particular composition. Now, language.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was the hardest thing in my life. Language barrier. See, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of, I don't know whether you call it adventurous, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to just pick on one language and sing. Like Sanskrit, just Sanskrit. Tamil, just Tamil. I would
Mm-hmm.
like to explore more to Kannada, Marathi,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
Konkani, Telugu, Hindi, or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, yes, there's a lot of problem because especially to pronounce, because Patama, she's a Tamil. Tamil words, it's just not coming. It's just not coming.
Mm-hmm.
So what I
Yes.
did was I started learning the letters in the
Mm-hmm.
written form. I worked very hard for it. I keep writing
Mm-hmm.
and writing and writing to get those pronunciation, not speaking as a formal speaking, but just to write the lyrics at least, so that I can
Right.
get the pronunciation. Now, after
Correct.
that, I also learned Hindi. It is because I
Mm.
believe because Hindi they are very detailed in their
Yes.
syllabus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Da 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 da,
Hmm.
everything with the H without the H, the inner sound. And I
Yes.
also learned, so I learned practically Tamil as well as Hindi just to help me out in
Learning.
the lyrical part of it, learning the
Mm-hmm.
music.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's all. So that initial phase, yes, very difficult because I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
whether to use that normal that basic. Do you call it
Mm-hmm.
the basic na or the na or the or which I don't know. I
Yes.
mix
Yes.
all up. I mix all up, right?
Right.
And
Right.
after when I
Mm-hmm.
learn the letters, I enjoy reading
Mm-hmm.
the lyrics, and I always read the lyrics in either Hindi or
Mm-hmm.
I mean Hindi and Sanskrit is very close. So I
Yes.
mostly I read it in
Lovely.
Hindi or Tamil. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So from there I'll be
Okay.
able. These two
Mm.
will help me to even to pronounce Telugu or even to sing any other songs. Yeah.
Absolutely right. Absolutely correct. And especially so, for example, the word or the syllable r is not quite prominent in Chinese, but
Oh, that
you.
that was a torturous. Yeah, that was. I never enjoy uttering that word because that was the hardest. I don't know why it's just not coming to this Chinese tongue. I'm not sure. It's not coming at all. And
Uh,
Patama will purposely choose those songs with filled with that that word.
right. R.
By any
Yes.
this and that. But I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Carnatic music, it involves a lot of distinctive specialities like gamaka or all the other elements of Carnatic music. So, how was it learning those elements?
For me, because if you ask me about Chinese music, we don't use gamaka much. Okay,
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm. Hmm. Yes.
maybe we might drag a note from one to another, which some of them
Hmm.
they call it jaru in that. term of Carnatic music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you drag, maybe dragging.
Mm-hmm.
But gamakam to
Yes.
oscillate the notes. But one thing
Mm-hmm. Yes.
that I'm truly blessed, it is because before I
Mm-hmm.
started learning from Patama, what happened was I learned
Mm-hmm.
the Veena from Srimati Kalpakam Swaminathan. Gamakam
Okay.
aspect, I learned through that how you pull from one note to another,
Ah.
or how you drag from one note to another note. And she plays
Mm.
they have this system where they follow a certain bhani or patantaram, or that certain
Mm-hmm.
bhani or that certain style. So she follows
Mm-hmm.
the Tanjavur style, I believe. So
Mm-hmm.
now what happened, it's very close to the vocal style. I learned through that. Learn
Mm-hmm.
through that I practice gamakam. And whenever I
Mm-hmm.
sing to Patama, whatever that she taught me, just just nice. And and I believe there's so much more. I cannot fix
Mm-hmm.
one gamakam just because, like a ragam mohanam.
Mm-hmm.
In Hindustani, they call it bhupali. I cannot
Mm.
just fix it. Re. No, it also depends on the phrases. How that song, that
Right.
that phrase, how you want to do that
Mm.
re. Certain, but sometimes
Mm.
even if you do it flat, it's also very beautiful. Not
Right.
necessary to put and the whole thing will become like so heavy, right?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
so much more to learn, but so much more to learn. Even up till today, every day I'm still working.
True.
Every day I'm still working on the music, still learning. It's like a habit. Like the moment I wake up, I must learn something. Otherwise, I will not be able to sleep. And I just enjoy my life
That's
now
lovely.
because constantly I'm looking forward for something. And constantly, every day, I'm looking forward for something. And music,
Wow.
it's never ending. That's all. It's never ending.
Absolutely. So your hunger for new learnings has got you where you are today, and you've been learning Carnatic music since the last 20 years, and certainly you are a great exponent of Carnatic music today. So,
I reach no I reach nowhere. I remember this from what Patama told me
yes.
when she was
Uh-huh.
85 years old. Oh no, 82, 80. My last lessons from her. It was a
Mm-hmm.
very sad moment for me. But one thing
Mm-hmm.
she mentioned that really opened my eyes is that she said when she
Mm-hmm.
was 80 plus, because she, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, later part, I mean, after some time, I mean, because of the old age. Now, what happened? She developed
Mm-hmm.
dementia, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
most painful
Mm-hmm.
part is when she forgot my name, you know. But
Oh.
before that, just before that, right? She mentioned, she said that
Mm-hmm.
Mohan, at my age now, people give me
Mm-hmm.
title, people bestow me with lots of titles, that lots of achievements. They gave me this title,
Mm-hmm.
they gave me these citations, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And she just said, Mohan, I'm not even one drop from this ocean of music. Not even
Oh.
one drop.
Mm-hmm.
This lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
I am only blessed with this one drop, Mohan. And music is so vast. One lifetime is not enough. That's what she said. So when you say that 20 years of learning is nothing at all, because I'm still so far
Correct.
away from it, so far away. But I'm enjoying, seriously, I'm
Correct.
enjoying, and I'm blessed. And I'm so great that music happened to me just like that when I met my guru. And
Mm-hmm.
the fact that every day I'm longing to learn something, I want to learn something, I feel there is a lot of freshness in my everyday life.
That's amazing. So now you were born and brought up in Malaysia. Did the presence of Indian culture in Malaysia have an impact on you when you see it in hindsight?
What do you mean in the Indian culture, in the musical wise, or the Indian culture itself? Or
In the society, in as as a prominent culture in the society, was Indian culture prominently there in Malaysian society? And how
Yeah,
did
they
it
are.
impact you?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they are because all everything. I mean, I started from here, right? I started from
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that I don't. I mean, I don't involve much ever since I went to Chennai, because when you talk
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
tradition and culture, it's all there. That's
Yes,
the hub of, what we're practicing
correct,
here, right?
correct,
So
correct. Yes.
yeah, that much I can say. Yeah, I hardly involve much
Okay.
because I
Mm-hmm.
travel often to India. Yeah.
Right, right. Um, Now, inclusiveness is the essence of Indian culture. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is what we call it, that the world is a family and we are all in this together. So, how was your experience about it?
This is the most dangerous question that I don't know whether how to answer. Anyway,
Okay.
so
If you have a negative feedback, or
inclusive.
if yes,
Okay, I'm
yes.
just going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inclusiveness, I believe, in my,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm talking about my personal journey in music, yes. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
Yes.
if a big society, in a big society, in and those people who are really into music, to accept
Mm-hmm.
this Chinese to
Mm-hmm.
sing,
Mm-hmm.
I think still needs some time.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think you understood what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but
Absolutely.
but
Yes. Yes.
but
Yes.
but
Mm.
I
Mm.
but I am truly blessed because of my guru Srimati T.K. Patamal. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
85% and above all accepted me. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm only talking about those 10-15% that,
Right. Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's all. But
Correct.
otherwise, I have a wonderful journey, beautiful journey. Yeah.
That is lovely. So I think we are through the questions that we had planned. The last one would be, how would you describe your overall experience as a student of the Indian classical music? But I think you truly mentioned all aspects in all your answers, your experience over time. Yes. So if you could just tell us a bit about
My
your journey. You've told about your journey, you've told about your experience, but I am asking with the perspective of Indian classical music being this big umbrella, and you being the one person under it. How do you feel?
absolutely blissful. Basically, it's just that we it comes back into this word, one beautiful words with Patamal always mention. She hardly calls India as India. She called it
Mm-hmm.
she calls it Bharat,
Ah, yes,
which is Bhava, Raga, and Tala. So for
lovely.
me,
Yes,
it's like Bhava. Now that is very deep. Okay, it's not just basic emotions of this romantic feel and devotion. It's way beyond that. So raga, the tune. So basically, when I learned this music, for me, it's the tune. It's my bliss. I derive a lot of bliss, and through Indian classical music, we talk about tal, the rhythm, right? I found the rhythm of my life. So,
wow.
and with the raga and tala, I'm enjoying every moment. I'm enjoying my every moment. And I believe that moment of silence, that moment, maybe you call it maybe the state, that state, maybe is that is that bhava. So for me, through music, it's, I just enjoy the word, or even to listen to the word Bharat itself.
That
So
is
music
lovely.
definitely has changed my life. Yeah.
It was really, really nice talking to you, understanding more about your journey as a Carnatic vocalist, and you are truly, truly now transcended into an Indian person or a Bharatiya, a person who is well versed with the Bhava, Raga, and Tala. And it was really, I feel blessed to have interviewed you. It's a really great experience, and thank you so much for joining us in
Oh,
this
thank you
Bharatasya
so
Sangeet
thank
Vishwanubandh Yatra.
thank you so much for having me. I enjoy talking about music. I enjoy talking about my guru. I enjoy talking about my journey. And because this beautiful art has changed my entire life, literally. And for the past 3 years, we all
Yes,
went through a tough time because of the COVID and stuff. So I didn't get to really
correct.
talk about it, about and share my music much also. So thank you for having me.
Hmm.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we still have a bit 2 minutes left in the
Sure.
meeting. Could you please sing something for us?
So this was the one song that I sang before my guru Srimati D.K. Patamal, and it is because of this song she accepted me as her student.
Wow.
Hmm. महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मार्कोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं पमगमरि सरि सनि स पमगम దని సరి గమ మరి సరి సని పమ సని పమ గమ ని పమ రి గమ రి రి స రి రి స సాని పమ గ మని సరి గ మహాగణపతిం వశిష్ఠవామదేవాది వందిత మహా గణపతిం.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
incidentally, today happens to be Ganesh Chaturthi a year in India according to our calendar.
Ah, the monthly Ganesha
Today,
Chaturthi.
yes, the
Oh
monthly
wow.
Ganesh Chaturthi. Yes.
No, I'm so happy. So happy.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thanks a lot.
God
Okay.
bless. God, thank you. Thank you. God bless you.